Insights in Namazmaran. Recording length 06 minutes and 10 seconds. This recording was created using www.spokentext.net. Insights in Namazmaran. Dr. Srinivas Koshalekar. Namazmaran is a multidimensional and totipotent or pluripotent activity. Thus, on one hand, it is a mere remembrance or recitation of God's name, or Omkar, by an individual, either loudly or silently, and on the other hand, when it reaches its zenith, it is one with cosmic consciousness himself, within which everything is contingent. The initial experience of Namazmaran can be totally alien to one's physiological disposition. Many times, especially if the child is obstinate or stubborn, and has strong likes and dislikes, then it may feel that the Namazmaran is coming in the way of its freedom. Therefore, Namazmaran should be started on a small scale, right from the early childhood, when the resistance can be overcome affectionately, and with incentives and or temptations. Secondly, it should be started for all the children, according to their beliefs, and everywhere in the world. This would help the child to get the peer approval, which is of great importance at that stage. There are likely to be many individuals who would oppose this due to their ignorance about Namazmaran, and if not convinced, can left to themselves after due efforts to explain and convince them the exact nature of Namazmaran and its benefits to the child and the universe, now and also in days to come. It is true that Namazmaran appears to be restricted to the lips, mouth, and vocal apparatus, and hence there can be doubt about the potential of the Namazmaran to liberate one and all. But this apparently insignificant and ineffective activity is actually the beginning of opening all the doors of the prison of the body and mind. Since the children in us also are unaware of this, and we find it difficult to appreciate the emancipating role of Namazmaran, the children don't like it, and we also find it unconvincing to include it in the syllabus and curriculums. It has to be appreciated that during Namazmaran there is a gradual withdrawal or reversal of the descent of our consciousness involved in neurological information processing, embodying neurochemical and biochemical changes resulting in conflicting thoughts, emotions, instincts, and desires, drives, cravings, and behavior. Till such time that the process of Namazmaran does not take roots in our being, the descent of consciousness, which embodies an illusion of freedom, keeps on resisting the practice of Namazmaran, leading to conflict. This happens because, even though Namazmaran has this emancipating, reversing the descent of consciousness, impact on all aspects of individual life, and their interrelationship with the inner and outer environment, which includes the people, it is not easily detected, or if detected, appear unpleasant and restrictive. Gradually the child would identify that Namazmaran is actually the activity that helps it to hold its personality together. It acts as a thought anchor. The child, however, may not be able to articulate this feeling. The beauty of Namazmaran is that by virtue of reversing the descent of consciousness, it is never restricted to one's own petty benefits. It is always benevolent to all, including those who may be thousands of miles away in known or unknown. It is said to be emancipating even to those subtler entities whose life does not fit in the usual laws of biology, such as the departed souls. This is not surprising if we realize that when at its zenith, Namazmaran is one with cosmic consciousness, and everything, including past and future generations, is contingent in him. When Namazmaran reaches its zenith, it is one with cosmic consciousness himself, within which everything is contingent, as stated earlier, and the inexplicable effects of Namazmaran begin to manifest at the level of electrochemical activities in various parts of brain. These in turn are responsible for the experiences of the practitioner of Namazmaran, as well as the apparently miraculous effects on body functions, behavior, and several events in one's individual, family, and social life. One of the several concrete possibilities resulting from Namazmaran, which may be accessible to technology, is consolidation of to and fro connections between brainstem, including limbic system, and the cerebral cortex. Namazmaran, being a very subtle process, could possibly also lead to spatial and temporal changes in the secretory patterns in very low quantities, but in key positions, in the central nervous system, and influence the whole biochemistry and physiology of an individual. In fact, this is one of the rational explanations for the aphorism that Namazmaran embodies all the aspects, e.g. yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, of yoga. These are achieved in a subtler and continuous manner in Namazmaran. This is like pushing and pulling. In yoga, the efforts are to push back the descending consciousness from receptors, plexuses, muscles, respiration, autonomic nervous system, etc. back to its original position. In Namazmaran it is like sucking, or, as we have called earlier, withdrawing the consciousness from where it has got displaced. It is very true that the time to come will see scientists working to understand the microphysiological events, including their temporal and spatial patterns, and their interrelationships associated with Namazmaran in greater details, and validate the aphorisms about Namazmaran of Brahma Chaitanya Shri Gandavalekar Maharaj from Gondivale, district Satara in Maharashtra state, in India. Namazmaran would probably then get wholehearted acceptance from all the sections in the international society, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, race, and ideological convictions, such as theism or atheism. Experiencing the nectar of Namazmaran is vital. But it is probably in tune with the scientific temper in this era that we try to understand, and thereby build intellectual conviction and motivation also about Namazmaran, and reach them to every nook and corner of the world so as to benefit maximum people. This recording was created using Spoken Text, the free online text-to-speech converter. To learn more about Spoken Text, visit www.spokentext.net.